Good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning. কালি এগৰাকী ছাত্ৰী এটা কথা আমাক সুধিছিল যে আমি যেতিয়া তিনিটা পাৱাৰৰ শক্তিৰ কথা কৈছিলোঁ, with which we can transform our life, we can glorify our life, we can fulfill our life, and we can raise our life to higher and higher normative level. And what are those three powers? One is illumination, second one is heroism, and third one is harmony. And she said, is it really possible to bring in harmony? Because the whole world is full of conflicts. Family is full of conflict. Society is full of conflicts. Is it really possible? Whether possible or not, we do not know. But it has to be made possible. It has to be made possible. But we admit that it is an arduous task. It is not an easy task. It's a কষ্টসাধ্য কাম. But how we should proceed then? How we should proceed then? What is the weapons available with us? And here let me quote Sri Aurobindo, an excerpt which Sri Aurobindo used in a slightly different occasion. Let me quote this with slight modification. We have only one weapon available with us. And what is that? To put effort. Effort is the first weapon. Second weapon is effort. Even third weapon is also effort. We can put on effort only. We can only attempt. Attempt is the first solution. Second solution is also attempt. Third is also attempt. Race depends on the divine. So he says, to have made this attempt, is to have enabled the life of the race. অকল আমি যদি চেষ্টা কৰোঁ, সেই চেষ্টা কৰাটোৱে মোৰ জীৱনক শক্তিশালী কৰিব. তাৰ কি ফল হৈছে চাব দৰকাৰ নাই আমি. গতিকে ফাৰ্ষ্ট প্ৰচেছ হ'ল টু হেভ মেড দিছ এটেম্প. To have made this attempt is to have enabled the life of the race. Enable the life of the race, আমি মানুহৰ জীৱনক শক্তিশালী কৰি তোলা অৰ্থ. তাৰপিছত ইটো যিটো কৈছে, তাৰপিছত নেক্সট যিটো এটা কৈছে টু হেভ ফেইল ইন ইট. আৰু আমি এফৰ্টটো দি পেলাই যদি বিফলো হৈছোঁ, অকৃতকাৰ্যও হৈছোঁ, to have failed in it is better than if it had never at all been attempted. অন্ততঃ চেষ্টা নকৰাতকৈ চেষ্টা কৰি যদি মই ব্যৰ্থও হৈছোঁ, ষ্টিল চেষ্টা কৰাটো শ্ৰেয়স্কৰ. আৰু তাৰপিছত কৈছে to have achieved even a partial success. যদি মই এটা প্ৰয়াস কৰি পেলাই অলপমানো যদি সফলতা লাভ কৰোঁ, পাৰ্চিয়েল ছাকচেছ, কৈছে টু হেভ এচিভড ইভেন এ পাৰ্চিয়েল ছাকচেছ ইজ এ গ্ৰেট কণ্ট্ৰিবিউশ্যন টু দি ফিউচাৰ পচিবিলিটিজ অফ দি হিউমেন বিং. আমি এই এটিটিউড লৈ পেলাই উই শুড পুট এফৰ্ট চিনচিয়াৰলি, উই শুড পুট এফৰ্ট অনেষ্টলি. দি ৰেচ ডিপেণ্ডছ অন দি ডিভাইন. And to put effort, we need certain powers. And what are those powers? As we have discussed yesterday, what are those powers? Sincerity is one of the powers. Sincerity is one of the weapons. Humility is one of the powers. Then gratitude, then perseverance, then aspiration, then receptivity, progress, courage, goodness, generosity, equanimity, peace. These 12 are marvelous weapons available with us. But for that, we have to consent to change our life, to change our attitude, to transform our whole being, whole consciousness. Because without transformation, you cannot make humanity beautiful, you cannot make your family beautiful, you cannot make your society beautiful. So transformation is the key. Transformation is the key. Biological birth is insufficient. You have to be reborn. This is the main crux of the issue. You have to be reborn through human values. By cultivating human values, you have to be reborn. And this rebirth is nothing but transformation of your life. Transformation of your life. And yesterday, I wanted to discuss whole 12 qualities, but it will not be possible for me. And then I proposed to cover at least 6 qualities. And out of 6 qualities proposed by me, I have already discussed two qualities, 2 human values, 2 powers. And what are these two qualities? Yesterday we discussed gratitude and sincerity. Today I want to discuss at least courage, generosity, perseverance and progress, if not the whole 12 qualities. So let me begin with the generosity. Generosity in Assamese it is called Danhilata, Ordajya, Udarata, Bodanyata. But what is this and how we can practice it, generosity? What is generosity? We will be explaining later on. But first let me explain how we can practice generosity. Some feasible way. These are also not easy practice. These are also arduous study. First, be generous with gifts. Whenever you want to give something as gifts to somebody, you have to be generous. And gifts means clothes, food, etc. Normally what we do, মই অলপ অসমীয়াত কৈ দিছোঁ এটা সাধু কথা, and it's a very marvelous story. মই অসমৰ 150খনতকৈ অধিক কলেজত এতিয়ালৈ বক্তৃতা দিছোঁ. মই প্ৰায়েই ছাত্ৰ ছাত্ৰীৰ আগত এজন 10 বছৰীয়া ল'ৰাৰ এটা কাহিনী কওঁ. মই আজি সেই কাহিনীটোৰ গোটেইখিনি কথা নকওঁ, কিন্তু যদি তোমালোকে পাৰা সেই কাহিনীটো জানি ল'বলৈ যত্ন কৰিবা. কঠোৰ উপনিষদত আছে 10 বছৰীয়া এজন ল'ৰাৰ কথা. বিবেকানন্দই হোল লাইফত কিজানি এই ল'ৰাজনৰ বিষয়ে যে কিমানবাৰ কৈছে তাৰ কোনো ইয়ত্তা নাই. আৰু ময়ো মোৰ জীৱনৰ শেষ নিশ্বাস থকালৈকে এই 10 বছৰীয়া ল'ৰাজনৰ কথা মই সুযোগ পালেই কওঁ. কালিও কম, পৰহিও কম. ল'ৰাজনৰ নাম আছিল নচিকেতা. 10 বছৰীয়া ল'ৰা. কঠোৰ উপনিষদত উল্লেখ আছে. আমাৰ উপনিষদবোৰৰ যিটো পেডাগজি, শিক্ষা বিজ্ঞান, তাৰ ষ্টাইলটো হ'ল কনভাৰ্চেশ্যন. এজনে এজনক প্ৰশ্ন সোধে, এজনে উত্তৰ দিয়ে. নচিকেতাৰ দেউতাকৰ নাম আছিল বাজশ্ৰৱা. বাজশ্ৰৱা এবাৰ যজ্ঞ কৰিছিল. আমি জানো যজ্ঞ কৰিব লাগে. আজিকালি প্ৰায় যজ্ঞৰ পৰম্পৰা নোহোৱা হৈছে, তথাপিতো একেবাৰে নোহোৱা হৈ যোৱা নাই. নচিকেতাৰ দেউতাকেও এবাৰ যজ্ঞ কৰিছিল. আৰু তাহানি বা এতিয়াও নিয়ম আছে যে যজ্ঞ কৰাৰ পিছত যজ্ঞকৰ্তাই কিছু দান দিব লাগে মানুহক. বাজশ্ৰৱায়ো যজ্ঞ কৰাৰ পিছত দান দিয়াৰ কামত ব্যস্ত আছিল. কিন্তু 10 বছৰীয়া ল'ৰা নচিকেতাই লক্ষ্য কৰিছে দেউতাকে কোনবোৰ বস্তু দান দিছে, যিবোৰ বস্তু দেউতাকৰ বাবে অপ্ৰয়োজনীয়, যিবোৰ বস্তু দেউতাকৰ বাবে প্ৰয়োজনত নাহে, তেনেকুৱা বস্তু তেওঁ দান দিছিল. অৰ্থাৎ হি ৱাজ নট জেনাৰাছ. তেওঁ গাই গৰু দান দিছে. কোনবোৰ গাই গৰু দান দিছে? তেওঁৰ যিবোৰ গাই গৰুৰ পৰা গাখীৰ নিদিয়া, অৰ্থাৎ যিটো বস্তু তেওঁৰ জীৱনৰ বাবে ইউজলেছ. আৰু তেনেকুৱা বস্তু যদি আমি কাৰোবাক উপহাৰ হিচাপে দিওঁ, কাৰোবাক দান হিচাপে দিওঁ, that does not mean you are generous. আৰু সেইভাবে কৈছে যদি জেনাৰচিটি ইফ উই ৱান্ট টু প্ৰেক্টিচ, কি কৈছে যে বি জেনাৰাছ উইথ গিফ্টছ, ক্লথছ, ফুড এটচেট্ৰা. ইউ হেভ টু বি জেনাৰাছ, ইউ হেভ টু বি উদাৰ. তাৰপিছত কৈছে শ্বেয়াৰ ইয়ৰ নলেজ নট অনলি উইথ গিফ্টছ, You have to be generous in sharing knowledge. We have not only financial miser. পৃথিৱীত কেৱল মাত্ৰ কৃপণ বুলি যিটো শব্দ আমি কওঁ, কৃপণ কেৱল মাত্ৰ টকা পইচাৰ ক্ষেত্ৰতেই প্ৰযোজ্য নহয়। অন্ততঃ মই নিজৰ জীৱনত পাইছোঁ। আজিৰ পৰা 10 বছৰমান আগলৈকে মই যেতিয়া মোৰ অলপ গুৰুস্থানীয় মই মানুহক কেতিয়াবা কিছুমান কথা নাজানি সুধিছিলোঁ, তেওঁলোকে মোক জনাইছিল। আজিকালি তেওঁলোকক মই সুধিলেও নকয় তেওঁলোকে মোক। কিয় নকয়? বিকজ দে ৱেৰ একচুৱেলি নট জেনাৰাছ। তেওঁলোকে হয়তো দেখিছে যে ইয়াক ক'লে ই কোনোবা জেগাত বক্তৃতা দিব, এই কথাখিনি জানিলে মানুহ আকৰ্ষিত হ'ব, আৰু দুখন বক্তৃতা পাব, গতিকে জেলাচি কামছ ইন টু প্লে। বিকজ হি ইজ so-called teachers are not generous. গতিকে আমি যেতিয়া যদি জেনাৰচিটি যদি প্ৰেক্টিছ কৰিব খোজোঁ, not only material generosity, আমি কৈছে কি share your knowledge, ideas, skills liberally. What I know, I should share it with all of you liberally. I should not hide anything. I should not keep anything from you. কৈছে share your knowledge, ideas, skills liberally. Then only you will be called generous. তাৰপিছত কৈছে help classmates, juniors, school children in your area, etc. Then only you will be called generous. Be generous with words of praise. আমি আজিকালি যদি মোৰ বন্ধুৱে ক'ৰবাত যদি কিবা এটা ভাল এচিভমেণ্ট কৰিছে, কাৰণ jealousy comes into play. I cannot praise him or her because I am not generous. So if I want to practice generosity, say help classmates, juniors, school children in your area, etc. Be generous with words of praise, encouragement, etc. Then appreciate others for their qualities, etc. We normally do not want to appreciate. If my brain possesses a certain quality, certain high quality, we do not want to appreciate it. Rather, we want to hide it. Because we are imprisoned in a narrow prison of our ego. Because ego has separated me from the whole world. I am a narrow man. So I do not want to appreciate the quality which my brain possesses. And that is why I am not called generous. If I want to practice generosity, then I have to practice how to appreciate others for their quality, etc. Be generous in thought. And what is the meaning of becoming generous in thought? How one can be generous in thought? Is it possible? Yes. You have to forgive easily. You have to forgive others easily. Forgive easily. See positivity, etc. This is what is called generosity in thought. You have to be positive in your thought. You must have the power, you must have the courage to forgive others easily. Instead of planning to take revenge, we should practice how to forgive others. Then only I will be called generous. Then be generous with time also. How one can be generous with time? When someone needs you. Suppose someone needs your time. He needs your 1 hour time. You have to be generous in time also. You have to be generous. You have to be ready to give your 1 hour of your valuable life to your friend. কোনোবা আপোনাৰ বন্ধু হস্পিটালত আছে, আপুনি আপোনাৰ সময় দিও উদাৰ হ'ব পাৰিব লাগিব। অকল মাত্ৰ যে মই পইচা আছোঁ, পইচা দলিয়াই দিলোঁ, সেইটোকে জেনাৰাছ হোৱা বুলি নকয়। কৈছে donate your time to good causes and organization. Good causes, ভাল সংগঠনে কাম কৰি আছে, তাৰ বাবেও আমি সময় দিব পাৰিব লাগিব। তাৰপিছত কৈছে ways of developing generosity. How I can develop. কৈছে practice generosity of thought, word and action and at every opportunity. Whenever you get the opportunity, try to practice it. Try to practice it. And what is the example? What are the examples? Give away things you like after using for some time. Suppose a fountain pen is very dearer to you. If you have the power, if you have the courage to donate it to your friend, then you will be called generous. সেই কি কৈছে বাজশ্ৰবাৰ দৰে নহয় যে যিটো বস্তু মোৰ প্ৰয়োজনত নালাগে সেই বস্তুটোহে মই দিছোঁ, সেইটো আচলতে আই এম নট জেনাৰাছ। মোৰ প্ৰিয় বস্তুটো দিব পাৰিব লাগিব মই, দেন অনলি আই উইল বি কল জেনাৰাছ। যে বি গ্ৰেটফুল ফৰ হোৱাট ইউ ৰিচিভ, বি গ্ৰেটফুল ফৰ হোৱাট ইউ ৰিচিভ। ইফ ইউ আৰ নট জেনাৰাছ, ইউ উইল নট বি গ্ৰেটফুল। স্পেণ্ড ফ্ৰিলি বাট উইথ ৰিজন। You need not to be, you should not be miser, but at the same time, you have to spend reasonably. Becoming miser is discouraged, but that does not mean you must spend without reason. You must spend reasonably, but spend freely, but with reason. Give more and expect less. This is another way. Give more but expect less. Understand more and criticize less. Try to understand your friend rather than criticizing him. Try to understand him. This is what is called generosity. Let go without bitterness. Let go, let it go. Kiba eta olopman amar conflict hoise tar karone lagi thakibo nalage. Let it go without bitterness. কিন্তু আমি নৰ্মেলি কি কৰোঁ, দ'জ হু আৰ নট জেনাৰাছ, এটা সৰু এদিন মোৰ কোনোবা বন্ধুৰ লগত অলপমান মোৰ কিবা এটা কনফ্লিক্ট হ'ল, সেই কনফ্লিক্টটোক মই লাইফ লং মই চেৰিছ কৰোঁ। বিকজ আই এম নট জেনাৰাছ, আই এম মাইজাৰ, আই এম নেৰো, আই এম ইগোইষ্টিক, আই এম চেলফিছ। আই চি অনলি মাই লাইফ, আই ডু নট চি দি হোল ৱৰ্ল্ড, আই এম নট গ্ৰেটফুল। Avoid the opposites. And what are those opposites? Greed and selfishness. Whenever you get opportunity, don't become selfish. Try to be selfless. Try to be selfless and avoid greed and selfishness. And then with whom you would practice generosity? With whom? With whom? You have to begin with your family. Family, then your friends, then with your society, then you have to generous with your country. And ultimately with the whole mankind. But you have to practice from your family. Family, then friends, then society, then your country, then be generous with the whole mankind. So this is the way. But now, what is generosity? Then what is generosity ultimately? So far, I have been talking about how I can practice generosity. But if you are asked, but then what is generosity? I can go on talking about generosity for hours together, but it will not be possible. So I have to limit myself, because I have to explain the courage, perseverance, and also the progress. So Mother has given a beautiful definition, a very beautiful definition of generosity, what is called generosity. And you will be amazed, and you will, at the same time, you will be surprised. Normally we live for our own satisfaction. Is not it? We are born, we suppose I am existing on this earth for my own satisfaction. It is nothing but selfishness. Yes, you have the right, you can do that. Nobody can prevent you, because this is a free world. But then you will not be called generous. When you live for the satisfaction of others, then only you will be called generous. Then only you will be called generous. But it is the normal human tendency. This is what is called transformation. You have to give up your yesterday's life in order to glorify your life in a greater way. In order to have a greater life, a illuminated life, you have to abandon your today's life. So you should not only be concerned about what you are, you should be concerned what you can become. What you can become. So mother says to be generous is to be benevolent towards everyone. Everyone means everyone. Nature, plant, humanity, mother, father, brother, friend, teacher, student, everyone. Everyone. To be generous is to be benevolent towards everyone. Not only materially, but also in the heart. But also in the heart and in the mind. I have to be benevolent not only materially, but in the heart as well as in the mind also. It means always to have good feelings towards all. You need not to donate crores of money to a temple. It will be enough if you can have good feelings towards everybody, towards all. And then another definition mother says, generosity is to find one's own satisfaction. Where? In the satisfaction of others. What does it mean? Suppose আপোনালোকৰ লগৰ এজন বন্ধুৱে কিবা এটা world competitionত first হৈছে. Naturally he is now satisfied. He or she is now satisfied. So now you are to find your own satisfaction in the satisfaction of that, in the satisfaction of your friend who has just accomplished something. So this is what is called generosity. And for this, without transforming your attitude, without transforming your consciousness, without transforming your necessity, mere intellectual understanding has no meaning at all. Understanding has no meaning at all. First, you have to understand it intellectually. Second, you have to realize it. Third, you have to experience it. Experiencing means you have to live in it. So you have to live, or you have to find your own satisfaction in the satisfaction of others. Then only you will be called generous. Now let me discuss few things about courage. So let me first explain different aspects of courage. There are different aspects of courage. First, bravery in face of hardship or risk to oneself or others. Where যেতিয়া কিবা এটা বিপৰীত পৰিস্থিতি দেখা দিছে, hardship and risk, তেতিয়া মই যদি সাহসিকতা দেখাব পাৰিছো, this is what is called courage. Bravery in face of normal ক্ষেত্ৰত মই সাহস দেখুৱাইছো, তাতে একো লাভ নাই. কেনেকুৱা হ'ব যে এডাল ঘৰত এটা ধৰক এটা কিবা এটা বনৰীয়া জন্তু আহিছে, অল আৰ ফ্লাইট ট্ৰেইন, কিন্তু আপুনি আপোনাৰ নিজৰ বুদ্ধি প্ৰত্যুৎপন্নমতি যাতে আপুনি যদি আনক ভয়ৰ পৰা যদি ৰক্ষা কৰিব পাৰে, কাৰণ এইটো এটা হাৰ্ডশ্বিপ, এটা ৰিক্স আছে তাত. ৰিক্স নথকাকৈ যিটো মই কাম কৰিম তাৰ লগত কাৰেজৰ কোনো সম্বন্ধ নাই. গতিকে কি কৈছে? ব্ৰেভাৰী ইন ফেচ অফ হাৰ্ডশ্বিপ অৰ ৰিক্স টু ওৱান চেল্ফ ফৰ আদাৰ্ছ. এইটোক কৈছে ফিজিকেল কাৰেজ. There is a second category of courage which is called emotional courage. What is emotional courage? compassion and empathy over fear. Compassion and empathy over fear is one of the example of emotional courage. Then going outside of a comfort zone to help someone because you feel. Comfort zoneৰ পৰা আঁতৰি গৈ অৰ্থাৎ ধৰি লওক আপুনি কোনোবা এটা অফিচত আপোনালোক 6-7জন একেলগে কাম কৰে and you are having a very good relation with your boss. It is a comfort zone for you. It is a very comfort zone for you. এতিয়া ধৰি লওক আপোনাৰ বছজনে এদিন আপোনাৰ এজন কলিগক উইদাউট এনি ৰিজন খুব বেয়াকে নিন্দা কৰিছে, গালি দিছে। এতিয়া আপুনি যদি আপোনাৰ বছৰ ওচৰত গৈ সেই কথাটো প্ৰতিবাদ কৰে, you may likely to be fired. এতিয়া যিজনে those who is not courageous, যাৰ কাৰেজ নাই, সাহস নাই, তেওঁ এই কমফৰ্ট জোনটোৰ পৰা আঁতৰি নাযাব। যদি তেওঁৰ সেই ভিক্টিমজনে সহায়ো বিচাৰে, ভিক্টিমজনক ক'ব ৰ'বা মই আজি আহিব নোৱাৰিম, মোৰ আজি মাৰ অসুখ আছে। আচলতে হ'ল আই এম কাৱাৰ্ড। মই কমফৰ্ট জোনটোৰ পৰা আঁতৰি যাব বিচৰা নাই, কাৰণ মই জানো যে মই যদি বছৰ লগত গৈ কনফ্ৰণ্ট কৰোঁ, তেনেহ'লে ইন টাৰ্ণ মই এই কমফৰ্ট জোনটো মই লছ কৰিব পাৰোঁ। And this is not called, then you will not be called a courageous fellow. সেইভাবে কৈছে ইমোশনাল কারেজ হল কিন্তু গোয়িং আউটসাইড অফ এ কমফর্ট জোন, গোয়িং আউটসাইড অফ এ কমফর্ট জোন টু হেল্প সামওয়ান বিকজ ইউ ফিল। আৰু তাৰপিছত ডিসএগ্ৰিং উইথ লাভড ওয়ান বাট রিস্কিং। ধৰি লওক আপোনাৰ প্ৰেমাস্পদ, আপুনি কাৰোবাক ভাল পায়, খুব ভাল পায়, কিন্তু সেই ভাল পোৱা মানুহজনে এটা ইললজিক্যাল কথা কৈছে। ইউ হেভ দি কাৰেজ যে ইউ আৰ নট লজিক্যাল, কিন্তু আমাৰ সেই ইমোশনেল কাৰেজটো নাথাকে। কিয়? যে তেওঁ বেয়া পাব পাৰে। উই ডু কম্প্ৰমাইজ, কাৰণ উই আৰ নট কাৰেজিয়াছ, উই আৰ কাৱাৰ্ড। এইকেইটা হ'ল এক্সাম্পল ইমোশনেল কাৰেজৰ। তাৰপিছত কাৰেজ অফ দি ষ্ট্ৰং মাইণ্ড। কাৰেজ অফ দি ষ্ট্ৰং মাইণ্ড কাক ক'ব? কৈছে ওৱান্স ইউ ৰিয়েলাইজ দি right course of action, oppose your own friends or bosses because you believe what is right is right. If you have that power, then you are courageous in your mind too. Normally we do not have those courage because we are all coward. We do not want to come out from the comfort zone. And what is social courage? This we can do, and we often do it because that is a free word. Why? It's a social courage. What is the meaning of social courage? Breaking a custom. This is we are very much fond of. Normally social custom, in breaking social custom we are all courageous, is not it? But coming out of a comfort zone to help someone because I feel it is very difficult for us. But to break the social custom, it is always easy for us. But nevertheless, this is what is called social courage. So each generation has people who break old customs and establish new ones. They are the saints as in. Do you have the courage? So this is what is called social courage. So in a roughly courage can be divided between physical courage, emotional courage, courage of the strong mind, or you may call it mental courage, and the social courage. Now some question for self-reflection. All of us have courage, but is it so? We can introspect. How we can introspect? By asking certain questions to myself. Have you helped someone in times of crisis? Have you apologized for your mistake? If you are not courageous, you will never apologize even for your own mistake. Own mistake. Have you apologized for your mistake and rectified your faults? Because coward cannot rectify. Coward does not want to rectify. Coward does not want to apologize. Who can apologize? Only the courageous can apologize. Because have you apologized for your mistakes and rectified your faults? Have you learned something new by overcoming a fear? Have you learned something new? And what are the examples? Like driving, swimming, etc. By overcoming the fear, then you will be called courageous. Have you stood up for something you felt was right? Have you ever stood up? So, these are some questions for asking oneself whether I am courageous or not. Self-test, like example of self-test. Now, but we have to be careful in distinguishing between courage and the daring and rashness. Rashness is not courage. Daring is not courage. মই উদাহৰণটো কৈছোঁ, ধৰক ৰাস্তাৰ সন্মুখ এটা ৰাস্তাত 120 কিলোমিটাৰ বেগত এখন গাড়ী অভাৰ স্পীডত গৈ আছে। I am courageous. মই in spite of that speed, having observed the speed, I am trying to cross the road. Then it will be called rashness. It will not be called, it is not the show of courage. It is rather the reflection of your rashness. Rashness মানে যিটো আমি কওঁ হঠকাৰিতা, এইটো মূৰ্খামিৰ পৰিচয় হ'ব, এইটো সাহসিকতাৰ পৰিচয় নহয়। সেইবাবে কৈছে let us never mistake courage. Let us never mistake courage for daring, rashness or show off. So, because courage is something noble and beautiful. Courage is something noble and beautiful. Then what is courage then? Mother gives two beautiful definition, one-liner definition, single-liner definition. Mother gives, courage is a sign of soul's nobility. Then what is courage? Courage is a sign of the soul's nobility. Courage is not the faculty of your mind, not the faculty of your heart, not the faculty of your body, not the faculty of your reason, not the faculty of your imagination. Courage is the nobility of your soul. Nobility of your soul. Atmar abhijatya, apunar antaratmar abhijatya. Nobility, abhijatya, aristocracy of your soul. Because courage is a sign of the soul's nobility. Soul's nobility. আৰু তাৰ পিছত কৈছে কি, আৰু যদি আমাক কোনোবাই যদি সোধে যে হোৱাট ইজ কাৰেজ, যদি কেতিয়াবা আমাক ইণ্টাৰভিউটো কোনোবাই সোধে, শ্ৰীমায়ে কৈছে কাৰেজ ইজ দি টোটেল এবচেঞ্চ অফ ফিয়াৰ। হোৱাট ইজ কাৰেজ? টোটেল এবচেঞ্চ অফ ফিয়াৰ ইন এনি ফৰ্ম, ইন এনি ফৰ্ম, টোটেল এবচেঞ্চ অফ ফিয়াৰ ইন এনি ফৰ্ম। এটা সোলছ নবিলিটি আৰু এটা হ'ল টোটেল এবচেঞ্চ অফ ফিয়াৰ। So let me conclude here about courage, but because I can go, but then let me explain 2-3 things. So then, what is courage? Courage in its deepest sense, to be able to face everything in life, from the smallest to the greatest things, from material things to those of spirit. Without a sadar means koponi, kono koponi nohoake, without the heart beginning to beat faster, without the nervous trembling mano kopi utha, or the slightest emotion in any part of the being. Tenhole koise, is there a ladder to climb up this courage? Tenhole ami courage to kenake practice korim, prothomote kar logot korim ami, aru ei courage to কিমান ওপৰলৈ লৈ যাব লাগিব আমি। কৈছে কাৰেজ ফৰ ওৱান চেল্ফ when one is in danger. one is in danger. This is the first rung. Rung মানে হল জখলার লেডাৰৰ চিৰি, প্ৰথমটো step, first step. Second, courage shown for those who are close to us, Then, courage shown for the sake of a complete stranger. অকল ক্লোজ ফ্ৰেণ্ড হ'লেই নহ'ব, যিটো ৰাং এটা চিৰিৰ পিছত এটা চিৰিৰ কৈছে কাৰেজ shown for the sake of a complete stranger. তাৰপিছত নেক্সটটো হ'ল কাৰেজ shown for the sake of one's motherland. And what are the examples? Martyrs are the examples. যিসকল শ্বহীদ তেওঁলোক তাৰ প্ৰকৃষ্ট উদাহৰণ. কৈছে কাৰেজ shown for the sake of one's motherland or a larger community. Then a continuous courage with determination to succeed. যে মই সফল হ'মেই তাৰ বাবে যিটো কাৰেজ থাকিব লাগিব. Another name is perseverance. That thing is perseverance. আৰু শেষৰটো কৈছে a noblest courage is to recognize one's fault and to correct one's mistake. The highest and difficult courage is to recognize my own fault and my consent to rectify those faults. This is the toughest of all courages. This is the toughest because there is a resistance to change, resistance to transform my whole nature. But still, it may be arduous practice, but effort is the first means, effort is the path, effort is the aim. Second is also effort, third is also effort. And last is courage to be always truthful. Courage to stay on the right path even if the whole world is against you. This is the highest of all, and this is called true heroism. This is what is called true heroism. And courage is one of the ways to cultivate heroism, along with adventure and battle. So courage, battle, and adventure. With these three ways, we try to cultivate heroism in us. So the highest courage is courage to be always truthful, even if whole world is against you. So now let me ponder over something what is called then perseverance. Because without perseverance, we cannot move even a step also. বহুতে অধ্যৱসায়ৰ বিষয়ে কয়, পাৰ্চিভাৰেন্সৰ বিষয়ে কয়. What is after all perseverance? Perseverance is consisting of 4 things. It's a cycle. And the first element is resolution. Resolution means an aspiration, an aim. You must have a resolution. Yes, I will do this. A firm resolution. This is the first component of the whole process of perseverance. Resolution. But having a resolution is something only mental. It will have no practical power. For that, we need a power to materialize my resolution. And what would be that power? Second component is will. So first component is resolution. To materialize resolution, we need power. We need power of willpower. So will is the second component of the whole process of perseverance. And what is the third? আপুনি এনেকৈ ক'লে নহ'ব যে মই আজি কামটো কৰিব খুজিছোঁ, আজিয়েই মই সফল হ'ব লাগিব. 10 বছৰো লাগিব, 20 বছৰো লাগিব. You must have the patience. So patience is the third component of the whole process of perseverance. not only patience, you must have the capacity of endurance. What is endurance? Patience মানে হল ধৈৰ্য আৰু endurance মানে হল সহ্য. Endurance means toleration. I must have the power to tolerate all obstruction, all misfortune in the path. This is what is called endurance. Endurance means toleration. Not only patience, you need also endurance. So these are the four components with which the whole process of perseverance is made complete. First one is resolution, second one is will, third one is endurance, and the fourth one is patience. But then what is the meaning of perseverance? Perseverance is a journey. Journey from what to what? আপোনালোকৰ নিশ্চয় লক্ষ্য আছে যেতিয়া আপোনালোকৰ ইয়াত ডিৰেক্টৰ অধ্যাপক তালুকদাৰে ধৰক কোনোবা এজনক এটা কাম দিলে, ছাত্ৰকেই হওক শিক্ষকেই হওক, আমাৰ এটা হিউমেন টেণ্ডেঞ্চি আছে. প্ৰথমতে কেনেকুৱা টেণ্ডেঞ্চি? নাই নাই, এইটো কাম মই কৰিব নোৱাৰোঁ, আই ৱণ্ট ডু ইট, আই কাণ্ট ডু ইট, আই ৱণ্ট ডু ইট, আই কাণ্ট ডু ইট. ষ্টিফ ৰেজিষ্টেঞ্চ. So perseverance is a journey from quote unquote I won't do it. I won't do it to what? To yes, I did it. So perseverance is a journey from quote unquote I won't do it to quote unquote yes, I did it. But in between there are lots of steps. First, what we will call I won't do it. Then after some time or someday I will start rationalizing it. Why I won't do it? Because I can't do it. Because I can't do it. Normally we do this. If I am asked why you are not doing this thing, my friend, I can't do it. Please understand me. I can't do it. So this is the second thing. Means you are rationalizing. You are giving bad logic. Because you don't have the perseverance. Because you don't have the resolution. Don't have the willpower. You don't have the capacity, power of patience. You don't have the power of toleration or endurance. That is why first reaction was, I won't do it. Second reaction was, I would have done this, but I can't do it. I don't have the skill. I can't do it. This is the second reaction. Third, well, I want to do it. It's not that I do not want to do this, but I want to do this. This is the third reaction. Fourth, you will be asking, okay, I will do it, but how do I do it? Because I can't do it. How do I do it? Please teach me. Then I will start telling, I will try to do it. Okay, my friend, I will try to do it. I will try to do it. Then one day you will be saying, yes, I can do it. Yes, I can do it. And then you will declare, yes, I will do it. Then you will be saying, yes, I did it. This is what is called perseverance. From I won't do it to yes, I did it. So what is the sequence? I won't do it. I can't do it. Then I want to do it. How do I do it? I will try to do it. I can do it. I will do it. Yes, I did it. This is the journey. There are four components. And then what is called perseverance? Mother says, again, one-liner definition. First, she says, a persevering will surmounts all obstacles. All obstacles mean all obstacles. Surmounts means otikrom kora, surpasses. A persevering will surmounts all obstacles. Then mother says, I have only selected 2-3 excerpts only. To realize anything, one must be patient. and patience is one of the components of the total process of perseverance. And the faster and more important the realization, the greater the patience must be. যদি আপোনাৰ লক্ষ্যটো বৃহৎ, যে মই অসমৰ যিমান অশিক্ষিত মানুহ আছে সকলোকে মই সাক্ষৰ কৰি দিম, তেনেহ'লে আপুনি 50 বছৰ ৱেইট কৰিব পৰা এই পেচেঞ্চটো লাগিব আপোনাৰ। ৰিয়েলাইজেশ্যনটো যিমান লক্ষ্যটো ডাঙৰ হ'ব, পেচেঞ্চৰ আপোনাৰ ধৈৰ্যৰ পৰিমাণো সিমান বেছি লাগিব হ'ব। আমি সেই সত্যটো স্বীকাৰ কৰি চলিব লাগিব যে এই পাৰ্চিভাৰিং উইল সাৰমাউণ্টছ অল অবষ্টাকলছ, বাট টু ৰিয়েলাইজ এনিথিং ওৱান মাষ্ট বি পেচেণ্ট। আৰু পেচেণ্টটোৰ সৰু ডাঙৰ কেনেকৈ নিৰ্ভৰ কৰিব কৈছে, the faster and more important the realization, the greater the patience must be. যিমানে ডাঙৰ লক্ষ্য আমি ল'ম, সিমানে সহ্য আৰু ধৈৰ্যটো আমি বেছিকৈ ল'ব লাগিব। So now lastly let me discuss about few things about progress. So, what is then progress? As yesterday, while discussing the human values associated with youth, what is youth? Youth is to grow and to progress. And what is the meaning of progressing? Constant perfection of the capacities you already possess. So progress means constant perfection. And for us, who or which is the sign of supreme perfection? It is the divine himself. Divine is the sign of supreme perfection. So that is why Mother says progress is the sign of the divine influence in creation. So if perfection is reflected in your action, in your thought, in your study, then it is the sign of divine influence in your action. আমি পারফেকশন মানে একেবারে হাইয়েস্ট পারফেক্টেড বিইং বুলি আমি কাক কওঁ? ডিভাইন ইজ দি হাইয়েস্ট পারফেক্টেড বিইং। যেতিয়া আপোনাৰ মাজতো যেতিয়া পাৰফেকশ্যন আহিব, ইট ইজ দি ডিভাইন ইনফ্লুৱেঞ্চ ইন ইয়ৰ একশ্যন। সেইবাবে শ্ৰী মায়ে কৈছে প্ৰগ্ৰেছ ইজ দি চাইন অফ দি ডিভাইন ইনফ্লুৱেঞ্চ ইন ক্ৰিয়েশ্যন, নাম্বাৰ 1. Number 2, what is the aim of earthly life? If you are asked, supposing in an interview after 4 years, you are asked why you are living exactly on this earth, what would be your answer? And if you are asked, please give me answer in one single word, আপনি এইখন পৃথিৱীত কিয় জীয়াই আছে, আপনি কি বুলি এনসাৰ দিবা? তোমালোকে যদি কোনোবা এটা ইণ্টাৰভিউত সোধে, চিম্পলি যদি সোধে why you are in this world, আমি কম নেকি যে মই নাজানো, I am blind, I am unconscious human being, I do not know, I am born, that is why I am living. It will be an irresponsible answer. Why you are living? Why you are living? If you are asked to give the answer not in a single sentence but in a single word, Mother says the answer is progress. You have to have the courage to give the answer, yes, I am living for progress. And what sort of progress? Economical progress, cultural progress, material progress, spiritual progress, mental progress, all sorts of progress. The very motive of earthly life is to progress. This is the ultimate significance of this world. And that is why Mother says the purpose of earthly life is progress. Purpose of earthly life is progress. If you stop progressing, then what will happen? you will die. মৃত্যুৰ অৰ্থ হ'ল যেতিয়া আমি প্ৰগ্ৰেছ কৰাটো ষ্টপ হৈ যায়, that is what is called dying. Because the very purpose of the earthly life is progress. When you stop progressing, you will die. Every moment that you spend without progressing is one step closer to your grave. গতিকে আমি প্ৰতিটো মুহূৰ্ততে প্ৰগ্ৰেছ কৰিব পাৰিব লাগিব। যদি মই 5 মিনিট সময় past 5 minutes টাইম মই যদি প্ৰগ্ৰেছ কৰা নাই, সেই 5 মিনিটত I was moving towards my own grave. I was moving towards death only. Because every moment that you spend without progressing is one step closer to your grave, not the success. I am not speaking about success, because progress is greater than success. Success is only one of the smallest consequence of progressing. From the moment you are satisfied and aspire no longer. I have obtained 3 master degree on mathematics. Now I have nothing to learn. Now I don't have any aspire to learn anything more on mathematics. Now it's my time to enjoy my life. What does it mean? It means from the moment you are satisfied and aspire no longer, you begin to die. And what was the one of the values associated with youth? As per Taittiriya Upanishad, you have to be a lifelong student. Till the last hour of your life. Till the last hour of your birth, even at the age of 95. Even at the age of 95. So from the moment you are satisfied and aspire no longer, you begin to die. Why? There has to be a logic. Because life is movement. Life means movement. Life means movement. Life is movement. Life is effort. The very meaning of life is putting effort. We don't have anything else. We can only put our effort on it. Result is not in our hand. So life is movement. Life is effort. Life is marching forward. Life is marching forward. Climbing towards future revelation and realization. Nothing is more dangerous than wanting to rest. If you are trying to rest, nothing is more dangerous than that of that. Because life is movement. Life is marching forward. Life is effort. So one has always something to learn and a progress to make. Even at the age of 95, you have something to progress. Still, you have something to learn. It is an infinite process, never-ending process. And in each circumstance, we can find the occasion of learning the lesson and making the progress. জীৱনৰ প্ৰতিটো দিনত ইয়াত আমি বক্তৃতা শুনিছোঁ, ইয়াতো আমি প্ৰগ্ৰেছো কৰিব পাৰোঁ আৰু মই প্ৰগ্ৰেছ নকৰিবও পাৰোঁ. It is my discretion. I can be Osura and I can be wise man. Both options are available to me. Which option I will accept? It depends on my level of consciousness. How much I am animal. If I am animal, if I am guided by animal consciousness, why I will progress? I will not progress because I am animal. I am here only for ahar, nidra and sex. That is what is called in Assamese moithun. Ahar, nidra, moithun. I am like my dog. I am like a dog. I don't have consciousness. I am an animal being, so I don't want to progress. This choice is very much available to you. Now he is laughing. It is his personal right. He can laugh. He is laughing at me constantly. That fellow is laughing constantly at me. That student, he is constantly laughing at me because he thinks he knows more than me. But it is his right. It is his right. He can laugh at something. He can appreciate me. He can condemn me. It is your life. It is your life. You can constantly laugh at your teacher. It is your right. Nobody can snatch that right from you. Whether I will be animal or whether I will be man, it is my discretion. Is that it? What is your name? Yes, you are. You are the great man you are. Because you have the courage to laugh at your teacher. Constantly, not today. You are constantly laughing at me. Because he thinks he knows much more than me. It is not in me. Because he thinks I am just talking here nonsense. But because I am observing all through these 4 lectures, he is constantly laughing at me. But what can you do? It is his right. It is his right. You can laugh at me, you can reject me, you can become an animal, you can become a wise man. Whether you will become an animal or wise man, whether you will be progressing, it is all depends on your consciousness. Nobody can prevent you because it is a free world. মই প্ৰথম দিনে আপোনালোকক কৈছোঁ গীতাৰ 63 নম্বৰ শ্লোকত 7 শ্লোক কোৱাৰ পিছতো শ্ৰীকৃষ্ণই অৰ্জুনক কি কৈছে যথেচ্ছসি তথা কুৰু. You can accept my sayings or you can reject my sayings. So please sit down. So progress to be ready at every minute to give up all one is. Then what is the meaning of progress? All you have. All you have and all one has in order to advance on the way. You have the courage to give up what you are and what you have in order to, why? In order to making the progress. So progress then, the true progress is to come always closer to the divine. Because progress is nothing but constant perfection. So last then what is my final advice to you? Final advice to you, whether you will be accepting or you will throw it away into a dustbin. It's up to your wisdom, it's up to your right, it's up to your level of consciousness. Then let us keep flaming in own heart the fire of progress. Always, আমি এটা প্ৰগতিৰ প্ৰতি একুৰা জুই আমি আমাৰ নিজৰ ভিতৰত জ্বলাই ৰাখিব পাৰিব লাগিব. This is the greatest of the human values and progress is turning difficulties into opportunities. With this final word, let me conclude here. Thank you. Anything if you have to ask, you can ask. Yes. A mic to লৈ ল'বা নেকি নহ'লে শুনা
Hello?
Hello, sir. First of all, since you mentioned earlier about... sir, I'm Urmi Ghosh. As you mentioned earlier about generosity, and you said that we should be generous to our classmates and juniors, I want to ask that we all have our own strategies, own way of studying, and our own way of managing time, our timetable. But there are a lot of people who don't really want to share their ideas or how they manage their time management when being asked, thinking that the other person might score better or might come up to their level if they share their ideas. So I want to know that is it called being selfish or is it really being called self-aware?
No. Please sit down. The very first business of my existence is to affirm myself in this earth. This is my first business. I have to affirm myself. I have to be capable. I have to look at myself because I have to manifest all the powers latent within my being. But for why? I have to be successful. I have to be a capable instrument. But for why? Also to evolve myself. Also to evolve myself. So first business of any individual in this earth is to affirm himself. মই মোৰ নিজক প্ৰতিষ্ঠা কৰিব লাগিব. Why? Because I have to be a capable, I have to be an able instrument. Otherwise nobody will use me. Because my life has to be precious not only for me but also for others. And that is why my first duty, my first necessity is to prepare myself. I have to affirm in this world. I have to be capable of doing. But after that, I will also have to evolve myself. I have to come out from my own being. I have to embrace the whole world. I have to embrace first my family, then my friends, then my society, then my country, then the whole mankind. As Vivekananda says, truth is my God, universe my country. As the Upanishadic rishis uttered, Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam. But first duty is to affirm yourself in this world. So this is the first thing. And in Indian knowledge system, it is called becoming Swarat. Becoming Swarat. That is to say, self-master. In order to be Samrat, that is to say king, in order to be Samrat in the outer world, first you have to become Swarat. Swarat means self-illumined divine. And what is the meaning of becoming Swarat? All the qualities you have within yourself has to be cultivated. All the powers latent within you has to be manifested. All the potentialities latent within you have to be expressed. All the perfection latent within you have to be manifested. Then you will become Swarat. Then you will become self-empowered. Then you will become self-reliant. Then only you can hope to become Samrat. This is a very, very, very important Indian knowledge. To become Samrat, you have to first become Swarat. And what is the meaning of Samrat? To become self-master, to become self-empowered, to become self-reliant. So the movement for empowerment is a conspiracy. I welcome to be empowered by society, to be empowered by law, to be empowered by country, to be empowered by spouse are welcome. But to be self-empowered is the key. Self-empowerment is the key. And this self-empowerment was called in ancient India as Swarat. Swarat. In order to become Samrat, you have to first become Swarat. So you are to affirm yourself first. This is what is called Naro is to become Narottam. Naro, you are born as Naro, first you have to become Narottam. But eventually you have to become Narayan one day. Narayan means Asatu uma sadgamaya, Tamasu uma jyotir gamaya, Mritturma amritam gamaya. This amritam gamaya is nothing but becoming Narayanhood. Becoming Narayanhood means cultivating all the divine qualities and get them manifested within me. And for that you are to affirm yourself first, then you are to evolve. Evolve means whatever within you has to be manifested. Up to that level, it is your personal sadhana. But after that, you have to surpass yourself. You are born a man, you cannot no longer remain a man. After a certain point of time, you have to surpass your manhood. You have to proceed towards divine manhood. And one of our knowledge system or yogic system is called Tantric yogic system. Tantra has divided humanity into three categories. First one is Pashu Manav. Tantra, first Tantra, according to Tantra, first category is the Pashu Manav. Then you have to become Veer Manav. Then only you can hope to become Deva Manav. Are you now clear? So you first try to affirm yourself. You try to become Swarat. you try to become self-empowered first. You make yourself instrument, then only you can hope to do for the work. Okay? Thank you.
Sir, they have many queries now.
Yes.
Namaskar sir, my name is Afrahim Al-Jamil Rahman. I studied in one of the VKVs, Vivekananda Kendra Vidyalaya. So from the very young age, we were made to connect with the divine energy, like chanting mantras and chanting Gita. When we were young, in till class 7, 8, we thought these all things were just burden for us. Like for a kid, we didn't know, we were nonchalant. And as we grew up, when life got a little bit hectic after class 9th and 10th, then we slowly got to realize that things that we were being taught since the very young age are very relevant for our lives. So, as a student of modern society, from my conscious, I thought that science, I don't want to offend you, sir, but that day you yourself said that I can put my point also, that I think that for the modern society, science is the best way to understand the universe. So I opted for science in class 11th. And in our curriculum, in Indian curriculum, the NCERT books, the first 2-3 chapters of each book, physics or chemistry, are very nice. In the first chapter of chemistry, they are taught about Sir Erwin Schrödinger's theory of what is life, that wave theory. That wave theory mentions that if a particle in our body is oscillating with one wavelength or frequency and another one is also oscillating in somewhere else in the universe. So that also connect that to the Supreme Soul, that we are connected to that. So I have the query that after listening to you or listening to your whatever guidance you just shared with us, your knowledge, that and also after a few chapters we read, life got more hectic and we got pushed into this rat race for NEET or JW or whatever. We didn't study for what to learn. We were made to wire our minds to get marks, get a good college, then get a good job and settle in our lives. So at this point of our life, what should we do to amend this?
Please sit down. First, whatever your aspiration, if you think science is the answer, be honest to your aspiration without becoming dogmatic, without becoming conservative. If you have right now strong belief that science is the answer, yes, you have the full right, full liberty. But in your aspiration, you have to be honest, without becoming dogmatic. Without becoming arrogant, you have to be honest, you have to be sincere, and your aspiration has to be intense. But it has to be aspiration, not any dogmatism. Number one. And the number second, as I have told her, your first business is to affirm yourself in this art. So you have to be made yourself a capable instrument. You have to first become Swarat. You have to first become Swarat. And what is the meaning of becoming Swarat? All the powers latent within you, all the energies latent within you, all the qualities latent within you, all have to be expressed, all have to be manifested. How? There are lots of disciplines are here in India. You can as per your choice, you can pick any one of them. So Gita says it is the Swabhava and Swadharma. You should pursue your life according to your Swabhava and Swadharma, but without becoming dogmatic. And what is the meaning of becoming dogmatic? No, I will not read any book other than this book. This is what is called dogmatism. If you are offered with a book, the science is not the true answer. You have the courage to to go through that book also. It is what is called open aspiration. But you have the full right. If you are convinced, then science is the answer. Science can lead me towards the whole truth. You have the full right. But this aspiration should be honest. This aspiration should be sincere. This aspiration should be disinterested. This aspiration should be intense. If you are sincere, if you are aspiration, eventually one day you will be helped by some power which is greater than your power. Now you are clear? So you have the full right. It is a free work, but only condition you have to be honest. You have to be sincere. Your aspiration has to be intense. Without becoming arrogant, without becoming dogmatic, without becoming conservative. And what is the meaning of becoming arrogant and dogmatic? No, I will not read this book. I will read only his book only. This is what is called becoming dogmatic. You just go through, but decision lies in you. It's not that you have gone through a book. You have to accept each and everything the book has taught you. But at least you have the courage to go through the book. And that is what is called open aspiration, not arrogant aspiration. And as yesterday I have said, the first business to becoming Swarat means you need a career, fine. You have to have, because this is a need. You have to have money. You have to have fame. You have to have power. But this is not the whole life. This is only part of your life. This is instrument. This is support. This is the instrument. I have to ultimately fulfill my life according to your own philosophy, according to your own principle, and without ridiculing others. As I have given you the liberty, you also have to give me the liberty. As I have said to you, don't become dogmatic. On my part, I cannot become dogmatic. If I have given you the liberty, you also have to give me the liberty. Then only world can progress. And as day before yesterday I have told you, try to be reasonable always. Try to lead your life with reason. Try to lead your life with knowledge. Try to live your life with beauty and good. Beauty and good and order and unity. Because ultimately what we need knowledge, we need unity, we need power, and we need freedom. Freedom of our choice, freedom of our thought. So these four are the foundations of an ideal society. We all, in our own way, we all are working towards perfection of our loved world. So ultimately, world has to be perfected. For that, I have to be a perfected instrument first. Okay? Are you satisfied now? So first, your need is career. But in regards to career, my advice, whether you will accept it or not, it's up to your discretion. Don't try to be only job seeker. Try to be collaborator. Try to be collaborator. And when you will be able to become collaborator, when you will become Swarat only, when you will become self-empowered like Jadov Payeng. If you are only job seeker, then you are searching, then you are becoming a servant. But along with becoming a job seeker, along with becoming a collaborator, why don't you try to be a creator, job creator? Why you individually don't try to become another Jamsetji Tata? মই ইয়াত এটা উদাহৰণ আপোনালোকক দিওঁ। আপোনালোকে মই জামছেদজী টাটাৰ কথাটো আপোনালোকে ভাবিছে মই কাল্পনিকভাৱে কৈছোঁ। ইয়াত হয়তো আপোনালোকৰ কোনোবাই ভাবিব পাৰে কি জামছেদজী টাটা হোৱাটো কি ভাতৰ লগত পানী খোৱা কথা নেকি? এই যে নিশ্চয় কোনোবাই ভাবিছে, হয়নে নহয়? তেনেহ'লে মই এটা বেলেগ এটা কাহিনী কৈ আছোঁ, সঁচা কাহিনী। আজিৰ পৰা প্ৰায় 130 বছৰমান আগত ভাৰতবৰ্ষ যেতিয়া পৰাধীন আছিল, জাপান অভিমুখী এখন জাহাজত ভাৰতবৰ্ষৰ দুজন ব্যক্তি সহযাত্ৰী আছে। তাৰে এজন 30 বছৰীয়া যুৱক আৰু এজন 52-53 বছৰীয়া এজন পৌৰ ব্যক্তি। যিহেতু 4 ঘণ্টামানৰ যাত্ৰা, ইভেঞ্চুৱেলি দুজনৰ মাজত পৰিচয় হৈছে আৰু দুজনৰ মাজত কথা বাৰ্তা হৈছে। ইজনে সিজনক সুধিছে আপুনি কিয় জাপানলৈ গৈ আছে, ইজনে সুধিছে আপুনি কিয় জাপানলৈ গৈ আছে। তেতিয়া এই পৌৰ ব্যক্তিজনে কৈছে যে মই জাপান হৈ বিদেশলৈ যাম, মই ৱেষ্টাৰ্ণ কাণ্ট্ৰিজলৈ যাম। ৱাই? যে আই এম এ বিজনেছমেন, মই এজন ব্যৱসায়ী, মই বিদেশৰ পৰা বস্তু কিনি আনো আৰু বিদেশৰ পৰা বস্তু কিনি আনি মই ভাৰতবৰ্ষত বিক্ৰী কৰোঁ। কিন্তু মই এইবাৰ বিদেশলৈ বস্তু কিনিবলৈ যোৱা নাই। মই কিয় গৈছোঁ? মই এইবাৰ প্ৰযুক্তি বিচাৰি গৈ আছোঁ, টেকন'লজি, যাতে সেই টেকন'লজি লৈ ভাৰতত মই যাতে উদ্যোগ স্থাপন কৰিব পাৰোঁ। এজন 52 বছৰীয়া সাধাৰণ অৰ্ডিনাৰী ট্ৰেডাৰ, তেওঁৰ সপোন আছে, এছপিৰেশ্যন আছে। তেতিয়া যুৱকজন কোনো হাৰ্ভাৰ্ড ইউনিভাৰ্চিটিৰ মেনেজমেণ্টৰ ষ্টুডেণ্ট নহয়, কোনো কেৰিয়াৰ কনচালটেণ্টো নহয়, সাধাৰণ এজন যুৱকজনে পৌৰ ব্যক্তিজনক প্ৰশ্ন কৰিছে যে আপুনি কেনেকৈ ভাবিলে যে আপোনাক পাশ্চাত্যই আপোনাক লেটেষ্ট টেকন'লজিটো দি পঠিয়াব? কাৰণ পাশ্চাত্যৰ বাবে ভাৰতবৰ্ষ মাৰ্কেট, উদ্যোগ তেওঁলোকে স্থাপন কৰিব আৰু তেওঁলোকৰ যিটো উদ্যোগ স্থাপন কৰিব তাৰ উৎপাদিত সামগ্ৰী তেওঁলোকে ভাৰতবৰ্ষত বিক্ৰী কৰিব। সেইবাবেইতো তেওঁলোকে উপনিৱেশ স্থাপন কৰিছে। হয়, তেওঁলোকে আপোনাক টেকন'লজি দিব। কোনবোৰ টেকন'লজি দিব? হুইচ হেজ বিকাম অবছলেট, যিটো অকাৰ্যকৰ হৈ গৈছে। লেটেষ্ট টেকন'লজিটো আপোনাক নিদিয়ে, পুৰণি টেকন'লজিটো দিব। চ' ডেট সেই টেকন'লজিটোৰে যেতিয়া আপুনি উদ্যোগ স্থাপন কৰিব, চাব যুৱকজনৰ কিমান দূৰদৰ্শী চিন্তা। সেই টেকন'লজিৰে যেতিয়া আপুনি উদ্যোগ স্থাপন কৰিব, ইউ উইল নট বি এবল টু ফেচ দি কম্পিটিশ্যন। কাৰণ পশ্চিমৰ দেশত তেতিয়া তাতকৈ হায়াৰ টেকন'লজিটোৰে উদ্যোগ স্থাপন কৰিব। তেতিয়া পৌৰ ব্যক্তিজনে সুধিলে তেনেহ'লে মই কি কৰিব লাগিব? মই হোল লাইফ মই ট্ৰেডাৰ হৈ থাকিম নেকি? মোৰ দেশত মই উদ্যোগ স্থাপন কৰিব নালাগিব নেকি? বোলে লাগিব। এজন অৰ্ডিনাৰী ব্যৱসায়ী দেই। ইয়াৰ মাজত কোন কালি এজন ডাঙৰ ইনষ্টিটিউচনেল বিল্ডাৰ হৈ যাব মই নাজানো। তেতিয়া যুৱকজনে কৈছে তাতকৈ আপুনি ভাৰতবৰ্ষতেই এখন প্ৰযুক্তি সৃষ্টি কৰিব পৰা এখন ছায়েন্স এণ্ড টেকন'লজিৰ ইনষ্টিটিউট আৰম্ভ নকৰে কিয়? তোমালোকে কল্পনা কৰিবা কেতিয়া এইখিনি কথা কৈছে? ভাৰত যেতিয়া পদানত, ভাৰত যেতিয়া পৰাধীন। আজি ভাৰতবৰ্ষই আমেৰিকাৰ প্ৰত্যাহ্বান গ্ৰহণ কৰিব পৰা ভাৰতবৰ্ষৰ কেপাচিটি আছে, কিন্তু আজিৰ পৰা 130 বছৰ আগত কৈছে তুমি এখন ভাৰতলৈ গৈ এখন প্ৰযুক্তি নিৰ্মাণ কৰা এখন নতুন ইনষ্টিটিউচন, এখন অভিযান্ত্ৰিক ইনষ্টিটিউচন তুমি গঢ়ি নুঠলা কিয়? ইয়াত আপোনালোকৰ মনত যি ধৰণে প্ৰশ্ন উত্থাপিত হৈছে যে আমাক এই বক্তাজনে জামছেদজী টাটা হোৱাৰ কথা কৈছে, আমি অথচ এটা কেৰিয়াৰৰ বাবে এটা চাকৰি বিচাৰৰ বাবে হেল্পলেছ জব চিকাৰ অনলি, আৰু আমি কেনেকৈ জব ক্ৰিয়েটৰ পাৰিম হ'ব? কিন্তু এই পৌৰ ব্যক্তিজনে কিন্তু এই যুৱকজনৰ প্ৰস্তাৱটো অগ্ৰাহ্য কৰা। ভাৰতলৈ ঘূৰি আহি উইদিন এ পিৰিয়ড অফ 4 years যিখন ইনষ্টিটিউচন গঢ়ি তুলিছে, আজি সেইখন ইনষ্টিটিউচনৰ নাম নোলোৱাকৈ তোমালোক কোনেও ভাৰতবৰ্ষত বিজ্ঞান আৰু প্ৰযুক্তি শিক্ষাৰ এখন ডিচাৰ্টেশ্যনো লিখিব নোৱাৰিবা সেইখন ইনষ্টিটিউচনৰ নাম উল্লেখ নকৰাকৈ। আৰু সেইখন ইনষ্টিটিউচনৰ নাম তোমালোক প্ৰত্যেকে জানা, প্ৰত্যেকে শুনিছা সেইখন ইনষ্টিটিউচনৰ নাম। য়েছ, ইট ৱাজ ইণ্ডিয়ান ইনষ্টিটিউট অফ ছায়েন্স বাংগালোৰ। এখন জাহাজত 4 ঘণ্টাৰ মাত্ৰ কথা বাৰ্তাত an ordinary businessman became a giant institutional builder within a period of 4 years. Of course, he got the help from the Mysore king. Mohikurar Rajar পৰা সহায় পাইছিল ইণ্ডিয়ান ইনষ্টিটিউট অফ ছায়েন্স বাংগালোৰ। আজি ইণ্ডিয়ান ইনষ্টিটিউট অফ ছায়েন্সৰ কথা নেলেখাকৈ ভাৰতত বিজ্ঞান আৰু প্ৰযুক্তি শিক্ষাৰ বিষয়ে আমি এখন ৰচনাও লিখিব নোৱাৰিম। Not only that, আৰু এই যুৱকজনক ডিৰেক্টৰ হ'বৰ বাবে হি ৱাজ অফাৰ্ড উইথ ডিৰেক্টৰশ্বিপ, কিন্তু যুৱকজনে সঞ্চালক বাৰু হোৱা নাছিল, সেয়া এটা পৃথক কথা। আৰু সেই ব্যক্তিজন যিজনে ইণ্ডিয়ান ইনষ্টিটিউট অফ ছায়েন্স গঢ়ি তুলিছিল, সেই ব্যক্তিজনৰ নাম উল্লেখ নকৰাকৈ ভাৰতবৰ্ষৰ ইণ্ডাষ্ট্ৰিয়েল ৰিভলিউশ্যনৰ এশাৰী বাক্যও ভাৰতবৰ্ষৰ 150 কোটি মানুহৰ এজনেও লিখিব নোৱাৰে। Whom I am referring to? Yes, it was Jamshedji Tata. If an ordinary trader, if an ordinary businessman can become giant institutional builder, can become the greatest job creator of this country, why not you? Jamshedji Tata to Bhagavane beleg dhorone janmo diya nai. The capability latent within the Jamshedji Tata is also latent within you. That is what I am emphasizing. Try to become Swaraj, try to become self-empowered. To become job seeker is not your only destiny. You can also become a job creator. I have no objection. You do service, but do service as a collaborator, not as a helpless job seeker. আৰু তাৰ বাবে নিজক সেইভাবে সেলফ এম্পাৱাৰ্ড কৰিবৰ বাবে যত্ন কৰা। নাও ইউ আৰ ক্লিয়াৰ। মই গতিকে কোনো কাল্পনিকভাৱে কথা কোৱা নাই। এজন অৰ্ডিনাৰী মানুহৰ পৰা জামছেদজী টাটা হৈছিল। এণ্ড এট দি আৰু কেতিয়া ৰিজলিউশ্যন লৈছে? এট দি এজ অফ 52, 53। তোমালোকতো ফৰ্চুনেট যে আজি তোমালোকে 20-22 বছৰৰ ভিতৰত এইখিনি কথা শুনিছা। তুমি বিবেকানন্দ কেন্দ্ৰ স্কুলত পঢ়িছা, কিন্তু থ্ৰু আউট ইয়ৰ কেৰিয়াৰ তুমি এইটো কথা শুনিব পাৰিব লাগিছিল। কিয় জানানে? আৰু এই যুৱকজন কোন আছিল জানা? হি ৱাজ নান আদাৰ দেন স্বামী বিবেকানন্দ। আজি যদি আমাক যদি কোনোবাই সোধে ভাৰতত বিজ্ঞান শিক্ষাৰ পিতৃপুৰুষ কোন? এ গ্ৰেটেষ্ট স্পিৰিচুৱেলিষ্ট ৱাজ দি ফাদাৰ ফিগাৰ অফ ইণ্ডিয়াছ সায়েন্স এণ্ড টেকনলজিকেল ষ্টাডি, ৱাজ দি ফাদাৰ অফ ইণ্ডিয়াছ ইণ্ডাষ্ট্ৰিয়েল ৰিভলিউশ্যন, বিকজ বিবেকানন্দ গেভ বাৰ্থ জামছেদজী টাটা। And that too within a small time of 4 hours only. 4 ঘণ্টাৰ ভিতৰত বিবেকানন্দই, তেতিয়া বিবেকানন্দক পৃথিৱীৰ কোনেও চিনি নাপায়, জামছেদজী টাটাক কোনেও চিনি নাপায়। কিন্তু আমাক এইবিলাক কথা আমি নাজানো। দিছ ইজ দি গ্ৰেটেষ্ট ট্ৰেজেডি অফ আৱাৰ টাইমছ। আৰু সুধিব কোনোবাই কিবা?
Good morning, sir. I'm Sneha Singh. Sir, I have 2 questions. My first question is, in this 21st century, more than 30% of the students are suffering from mental health issues. Mental health issues.
Mental health
issues.
Yes.
Like depression, anxiety. We fear to ask questions in front of like 200 students. It took me 2 days to have the courage to ask this question. So, and as you said in your previous speech, that heroism plays a very crucial role in our life. This world is not made for the cowards. Heroism is needed to progress in life. So, if a student has already got on the track of anxiety, depression, he don't have the guts, he or she don't have the guts to ask questions. How can he reach the state of heroism? And if he or she doesn't reach the state of heroism, how can he progress in life? And sir, my second question is that you said that we should be generous with everyone. Is it really possible to be generous with everyone? Like, I can be generous with my friends if they have they have disrespected with me. But I have a bad habit. I will say I can't be generous with the person who has disrespected my parents. And these are my questions. And I'm nervous right now. Sorry for that.
Fine. First thing is, India says even a dumb অর্থাৎ বোবা, dumb who can't speak can become a good speaker. Even a handicapped man can reach to the top of a hill. It is possible. It is possible. Right now, I cannot explain you the whole nitty-gritty of the nitty-gritty of the process. But in India, if you have the aspiration, there are thousands of answers. There are thousands of in Indian yogic consciousness, in the Indian yoga, physiopsychology of Indian yoga is not a therapeutic science. Is not a science, is not a discipline to keep your health in a good condition. Yogic science is the answer for, yogic consciousness is the answer for all human problems. But how? It is a matter of a detailed workshop. But I can assure only one thing. A boy under depression to the highest extent can be eradicated with the right application of yogic consciousness. If you are interested, if you can search on Google, if you can search for Indian knowledge dealing with such patients, there are thousands of disciplines. Right now I can't for you teach all those things, but I can assure you only one thing, that there are disciplines in India. There are disciplines, but how much I will be successful, I do not know. But whether I am successful or not, still I have to put my effort continuously. But your questions, a boy under depression, under tremendous depression, can also be treated. If a dumb can become a good speaker, if a handicap can reach to the top of a hill, a boy under tremendous depression can also be eradicated. And the science is available with India. But right now, I cannot explain the nitty-gritty of those science. But I can assure you, these issues are very effectively dealt in India. I can give you one example. Let me speak in Assamese. আৰু মোক এজন সাইকিয়াট্ৰিষ্টে নিজৰ এক্সপিৰিয়েঞ্চৰ পৰা কৈছে, I have heard while he was speaking. আজিৰ পৰা 2 বছৰমান আগত এজন 50 বছৰীয়া মান যুৱক, he is a mediocre man, he is a journalist. তেওঁৰ মালিকৰ লগত কিবা অলপ সংঘাত হৈছে, আৰু তেওঁৰ এনেকুৱা অৱস্থা হৈ গৈছে তেওঁ কথাই ক'ব নোৱাৰে, so much of depression. এজন তেওঁৰ সাইকিয়াট্ৰিষ্টজনৰ নাম যোগেশ মোহন, নামটো আপোনালোকে ফেচবুকত চাৰ্চ কৰিলেও তেওঁৰ নাম পাব। তেওঁ কৈছে তেওঁ মোৰ ওচৰত আহিলে দিন, আৰু অহাৰ পিছত তেওঁলোকে সাইক'লজিকেলি যিটো ট্ৰিট কৰে, ইট ইজ হোৱাট ইজ কল্ড মেডিচিন বাই কনচিয়াছনেছ, নট মেডিচিন বাই এনি মেটেৰিয়েল ড্ৰাগছ। যেতিয়া আহিছে সুধিছে তোমাৰ কি প্ৰব্লেম, ল'ৰাজনে কথাই ক'ব নোৱাৰে, so much depression. তেতিয়া তেওঁ ডক্টৰজনে দেখি ক'লে, ঠিক আছে আজি মই আই এম ফ্ৰী ফৰ হোল ডে, মই তোমাৰ কাৰণে 3 ঘণ্টা 4 ঘণ্টা 5 ঘণ্টা তুমি যি মন যায়, যেতিয়াই তোমাৰ কথা ক'ব মন যাব তেতিয়াই। আৰু তাৰপিছত অলপ বুদ্ধি কৰি ডক্টৰজনে তেওঁক কিবা কিবি প্ৰশ্ন সুধি গৈছে। লাষ্টত এটা প্ৰশ্ন সুধিছে যে তোমাৰ বাৰু ডিপ্ৰেশ্যন অল থ্ৰু দি ডে থাকে, ঠিক আছে, কিন্তু তথাপিতো তুমি দিনটোৰ ভিতৰত কোনোবা এটা সময়ত অলপমান হ'লেও তুমি পিছ পোৱা নে? তেতিয়া কৈছে বোলে মই পাওঁ। কেতিয়া পাওঁ বোলে, কেতিয়া পোৱা, যেতিয়া মই গা ধুই আহি গণেশৰ সন্মুখত মই ধূপডাল দিওঁ, ডেট পাৰ্টিকুলাৰ মমেণ্ট আই ফিল ছামথিং ডিফাৰেণ্ট। তাৰপিছত তেওঁক প্ৰশ্ন কৰি আছে, তেওঁলোকৰ যিহেতু মেডিচিনটো হ'ল কনচিয়াছনেছ, হি ইজ ট্ৰাইং টু কানেক্ট হিজ আউটাৰ কনচিয়াছনেছ উইথ দি ডিপাৰ ইনাৰ কনচিয়াছনেছ, ৰাদাৰ ডিপেষ্ট ইনাৰ কনচিয়াছনেছ। আৰু এটা সময়ত গৈ যুৱকজনে হাঁহিব ধৰিছে। তাৰপিছত যুৱকজনে ডক্টৰজনক কৈছে, হোৱাট ইউ আৰ ডুইং ফৰ মি, আপুনি মোৰ ওপৰত কি যাদু কৰিলে, লাষ্ট 2 মাহ ধৰি মই কথা ক'ব পৰা নাই, আৰু আজি ইয়াততো মই হাঁহিব ধৰিছোঁ। তেতিয়া তেওঁক আৰু কোৱা নাই, কি কয় আপোনাৰ পেচেণ্টজন গুচি গ'ল। ডক্টৰজনে তেতিয়া আমাক কৈছে যে দুমাহমান পিছত আকৌ তাৰ দুমাহমান পিছত এখন কিবা বিয়াৰ ফাংচনত সেই পেচেণ্টজনক তেওঁ আৰু পাহৰি গৈছে মুখ চুখ দুমাহমান পিছত আহি পেলাই পেচেণ্টজনে ডক্টৰজনক আহি পেলাই একেবাৰে হাঁহি মাতি নৰ্মেল মানুহৰ দৰে কথা পাতিছে কথা পতাত তেতিয়া ডক্টৰজনে কৈছে যে মোক চিনি পোৱা নাই আপুনি বোলে পাইছোঁ পোৱা নাই বুলি কৈছে কিয় এই যে মই আপোনাৰ তাত দুমাহ তিনিমাহ এই আগত গৈছিলোঁ একদম কথা ক'বই পৰা নাছিলোঁ বোলে তোমাৰ এই সমস্যাটো এতিয়া বোলে নাই এতিয়া ফাইন টোটেলি ফাইন তেতিয়া ডক্টৰজনে পিছত এজ হি ইজ এ চাইকিয়াট্ৰিষ্ট তেওঁ আমাৰ আগত ৰিভিল কৰিছে তেওঁৰ ফাইণ্ডিংছটো হ'ল কি কৈছে when your consciousness is concentrated when your outer conscious if I can connect your outer consciousness with the deepest inner consciousness then miracle happens I am giving this example only for the sake of an instance only so answer is there but তাৰ অৰ্থ এইটো নহয় যে প্ৰত্যেকটো সমাধান প্ৰত্যেকটো সমস্যাৰ আজিৰ পৰা 50,000 বছৰ আগত মানুহেতো আকাশ পথেৰে যাত্ৰা কৰিব পৰা নাছিল কিন্তু আজি পাৰিছে কাইলৈ তাতকৈও পাৰিব বেছি বাট উই হেভ টু কণ্টিনিউ আৱাৰ এফৰ্ট নাম্বাৰ 1 আৰু ছেকেণ্ড যিটো তুমি মোক যিটো প্ৰশ্ন কৰিছা মই সকলোৰে বুজাৰ কাৰণে কৈছোঁ যে এজন মোৰ মা দেউতাক গালি পাৰা মানুহৰ প্ৰতি how I can be generous or whether it will be fair on my part to be generous with him or her. This is the question. মোৰ এটা নিজৰ এক্সাম্পলৰ পৰা কওঁ আৰু সেই বিষয়ে মই এটা কবিতাও লিখিছিলোঁ আনকি কিন্তু এতিয়াও মোৰ কিতাপখন পাব্লিছ হোৱা নাই আজি 4 দিনমান আগত মই ডিচিশ্যন লৈছোঁ মই কবিতাটোৰ কিছু কণ্টেণ্ট সলনি কৰিম why মোৰ এগেইনষ্টে মানুহৰ বহুত অভিযোগ থাকিব পাৰে এটলিষ্ট তোমালোকে মোক মাত্ৰ আজি 3 দিন পাইছা এটলিষ্ট এটা অভিযোগ মোক কোনেও নিদিব যে মই ছাপ'জ আজি মই ডিৰেক্টৰৰ ৰুমত ইয়াৰ পিছত গৈ বোলে আধা ঘণ্টা বহিলোঁ আধা ঘণ্টা ওলাই যোৱাৰ পিছত ডিৰেক্টৰৰ ৰুমৰ পৰা কিতাপ এখন মিছপ্লেচ হ'ল বা হেৰাল অন্ততঃ মই ভাবোঁ তোমালোকৰ কোনেও মোক সেই অভিযোগটো নিদিবা যে কিজানি শৰ্মা ছাৰে কিতাপখন চুৰি কৰি লৈ গ'ল নেকি কিন্তু তেনেকুৱা অভিযোগো মোক দিছে বাই মাই নিয়াৰেষ্ট ৰিলেটিভ আৰু এইটো জাষ্ট আজি এবছৰ আগৰ ঘটনা মোৰ এজন নিয়াৰেষ্ট ৰিলেটিভৰ ঘৰত তেতিয়া মোৰ আন এজন নিয়াৰেষ্ট ৰিলেটিভ ঢুকাইছে যেতিয়া চেৰিমনি ৱাজ গয়িং অন সেই 10 দিন তেওঁৰ ঘৰত গৈছোঁ আৰু আমি একদম নিয়াৰেষ্ট ৰিলেটিভ আৰু যেতিয়া 15-20 দিন পিছত শেষ হৈ গ'ল এই কৰ্মকাণ্ড কামখিনি শেষ হৈ গ'ল এদিন হঠাৎ সেই ঘৰৰ নিয়াৰেষ্ট ফিমেল গৰাকীয়ে ফেচবুকত এটা পোষ্ট দিছে আৰু ইণ্ডিকেটিং মি যে খুব জ্ঞানৰ কথা কৈ থকা মানুহ কিন্তু মোৰ ঘৰৰ পৰা 3খন কিতাপ চুৰ কৰি লৈ গৈছে উইদিন ডেট 10 ডেজ যেতিয়া ঘৰত এজন মানুহ ঢুকাইছে মোক ইণ্ডিকেট কৰা বুলি কিয় মই ধৰি লৈছোঁ কাৰণ মোক তাৰ আগতে এই মানুহগৰাকীয়ে মোক এদিন ফোন কৰি প্ৰশ্ন কৰিছে মোৰ ঘৰত মাতা নামেৰে মাতিছে যে তোমাৰ তাত যে মোৰ অমুক 3খন কিতাপ আছে তুমি মোক দিবাচোন পুৰণা কিতাপ এই কিতাপকেইখনৰ দাম হয়তো 400-500 টকাতকৈ নহ'ব বেছি এতিয়া নতুন কিতাপ কিনিব লাগিব তো মই ক'লোঁ যে মোৰ তাততো নাই কিতাপকেইখন যদি আপোনাক লাগে মই বেলেগ কাৰোবাৰ পৰা আনি যোগাৰ কৰি দিব পাৰোঁ নহয় যে মোৰ তাত থকা যে তুমি লৈ যোৱা কিতাপকেইখন বোলে মইতো আপোনাৰ কোনো কিতাপ নাই লোৱা কিন্তু মানুহজনে মোক বিশ্বাস কৰা নাই সেই মহিলাগৰাকী মোৰ নিয়াৰেষ্ট ৰিলেটিভ তাৰপিছত ফেচবুকত পোষ্ট দিছে যে কিতাপকেইখন মই চুৰ কৰিছোঁ মোক তেনেকুৱা অভিযোগো মোক দিছে মানুহে তাৰপিছত ঠিক তোমাৰ দৰে তেওঁৰ দৰে মই আই এম ইন এ ষ্টেট অফ কনফিউজন মই তেতিয়া মই পণ্ডিচেৰী শ্ৰী অৰবিন্দ আশ্ৰমৰ সাধক 2-4 জনৰ লগত ডিছকাশ্যন কৰিছোঁ মই তেতিয়া মোক কোৱা কৈছে যে তুমি সেই লেডিগৰাকীৰ প্ৰতি আনফেয়াৰ হোৱাৰ কোনো প্ৰয়োজন নাই কিয় এই কামটো তেওঁক এটা এডভাৰ্ছ ফ'ৰ্চে কৰোৱাইছে তেওঁৰ চ'লটোৱে কৰা নাই বিকজ soul is the divine portion তেওঁৰ চ'লটোৱে কৰা নাই। She has been used by some adverse forces. Rather, you should be compassionate towards her. তেওঁৰ কামটো তেওঁৰ ইগোৱে কৰিছে। কাৰণ কিয় ইগোৱেটো কিয় কাম কৰা বুলি কৈছোঁ, মই যে কৈছোঁ জেলাচি, বিকজ উই আৰ নট জেনাৰাছ। তাৰ একমাহমান আগত মোক আছাম ইউনিভাৰ্চিটি শিলচৰ হেজ কনফাৰ্ড অপন মি অনাৰেৰী PhD। পিছত মই গম পাইছোঁ সেইটোৰে ৰিয়েকশ্যন। গতিকে মোক এটা চোৰ বুলি পেলাই কৈ দিলে। আৰু আজি এবছৰৰ পিছত সেইগৰাকী লেডিয়ে যেতিয়া বাৎসৰিক শ্ৰাদ্ধৰ সময়ত মোক নিজে টেলিফোন কৰি মোক মোৰ ৱাইফক টেলিফোন কৰি মাতি শ্ৰাদ্ধলৈ নিমন্ত্ৰণ কৰিছে। মই তেতিয়াও তেওঁৰ প্ৰতি বেয়া ভাৱ লৈ থাকিব পাৰিম জানো? তাৰমানে এবছৰৰ ভিতৰত চি হেজ ৰিয়েলাইজ। আৰু মই তেতিয়া কেৱল মাত্ৰ অলপ ৰিয়েলাইজেশ্যনৰ সুৰত এটা কেৱল কবিতা এটা লিখি মই ফেচবুকত দিছিলোঁ। কিন্তু মোৰ মনটো এতিয়া কোমলি গৈছে যে মোক 4 দিন আগত যেতিয়া মোক ইয়ালৈ অহাৰ 5 দিনমান আগত মই তেওঁৰ ঘৰত আকৌ বছৰেকীয়া শ্ৰাদ্ধৰ দিনা মই গৈছোঁ। এগৰাকী মহিলা, মোৰ মাতৃস্থানীয় মহিলাই মোক যেতিয়া মাতিছে, আই কেনট ৰিমেইন এৰোগেণ্ট ন' লংগাৰ। আৰু তাৰ পৰিণতি স্বৰূপে ইভিন মই যিটো কবিতা লিখিছিলোঁ, নাও আই এম ইন এ ষ্টেট অফ কনচিয়াছনেছ, যে মই মোৰ কবিতাটো মই অলপ তাৰ টেক্সট মই সলনি কৰিব লাগিব। ঠিক সেইভাৱে মই কৈছোঁ, তোমাৰ মাৰ প্ৰতি, তোমাৰ পেৰেণ্টৰ প্ৰতি যিবিলাক জেনেৰাছ নহয় বা তোমাৰ মাক যিসকলে ইনচাল্ট কৰিছে, they are unfortunate. They are being used by some adverse forces. Okay, you don't give them indulgence. You don't give them indulgence. But don't become angry with them, because it is not the misdeeds of their souls. They are being used by adverse forces. You need not to help them, but at least you can have good feeling for them. You need not to be generous. At least you should not be angry with them, because they are unfortunate. They are misled. Rather, you are to help them if it is possible for you. Okay? That much only I can give you. So then, thank you, and my gratitude to all of you. Thank you.